Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Kiran Bendigeri from Grafosyss IAS. In this video, we are going to have a rough look at paper 2 of last prelims examination. So this paper is Civil Services Prelims exam 2018. Consider the following three-dimensional figure. How many triangles does the above figure have? So this is three-dimensional figure. So how many triangles are there? We have to calculate it. Consider the following sum. So we have to replace the dots and we have to find it. It is just a trial and error question. Consider the following pattern of numbers. So if this is this, if this is this, then what is this? The question mark. How many diagonals can be drawn by joining the vertices of an octagon? So we have to visualize it in mind and we have to draw the diagonals. So in this question we have to find the ratio of distances of vehicle A and B. A train 200 meters long is moving at a rate of 40 km/h. This is a very basic question which is solved in almost all the available books in market. So here starts the comprehension. Comprehension is the very easiest thing which you can solve in examination. Even if we only solve this comprehension part, we can come very near to qualifying marks. So my suggestion is, if you are good at English, please go through comprehension first, answer it, then next step you go to other questions. So these are the things. This is global population was around 1.6 billion in 1990. Today this paragraph is probably extracted from newspaper. So if you have a habit of reading newspaper, then it is very easy. You might have already practiced reading, so you can easily answer it. Again, this one is from science. Many pathogens that cause foodborne illness are unknown. So it will take like 1 minute, approximately 1 minute. You can answer it directly. Just read it, understand it, and mark the important words. That's it. And while reading this question, just point where the answer lies and you answer it. Passage 3. I am a scientist privileged to be someone who tries to understand nature using the tools of science. So this is again science and philosophy sort of thing. Though I have discarded much of past tradition and custom, and am anxious that India should rid herself of all shackles that bind and contain her and divide her people. So there are some paragraphs which we don't read normally, so it will take some time, but you can compensate it. And this is related to graph, and apart from comprehension, graph, you should not leave it. Graphs are the things which are very easy next to comprehension. So as a second priority, you can take the graphs as next solvable questions. So he has given one graph and you have to answer approximately 3 questions. You can directly answer 3 questions. Directions for the following 3 items. So here he is given one dice, and you have to answer 3 questions. Again, it is a very easy thing. If you have seen this dice, each face it will have different dots, and you can solve it logically. You can consider this question as a third priority. It will take some time, maximum 1.5 minutes. And again, this comprehension. This is a very big paragraph. So if he has given big paragraph, then he will definitely ask minimum 2 or 3 questions. If you are lucky, he may ask 4 questions also from a single paragraph. So you can allot 4 minutes for that kind of paragraph. And this is the thing, sometimes this type of question will take maximum time. This might look very easy, but yeah, it will take some time. If Raman is written as 1 2 3 4 5 and Dinesh as 6 7 5 8 4 9, so again this is also logical question. It will also take some time, so I suggest you to skip these kind of questions in the first round. And if x is between -3 and -1 and y is between -1 and 1, then x square minus y square is in between which of the following. So this is sort of direct question, but again it will take time, so try to solve it in second round. So in first round, try to solve all the comprehension. In second round, the one with dice, sort of that you can solve. And this is again comprehension. So if he has given this big size of comprehension, big size of paragraph, then he will definitely ask 2 questions. And if the paragraph is only of like 8 lines, 10 lines, then he will ask only 1 question. The number consists of 3 digits, of which the middle one is 0 and their sum is 4 if the number formed by interchanging. So this kind of question, take it as consider it as round 3 problem. If pen is less than pencil, this is very easy problem. If pen is less than pencil, pencil is less than book, you can solve it as a round 2 problem after you solve all the comprehension problems. These percentage things which will need some time for calculation, so it will take 2-3 minutes also, so you can consider it for round 3. And again relation based problem. This is the relation based problem which you can solve it in round 2. So this is relation based. So this is comprehension. Again they have asked around like based on 10 lines of paragraph. So one question has been asked. Sometimes if you are lucky, he will ask two questions from the same paragraph. So here I am going to skip reading these things because we are going to roughly analyzing the questions. What kind of questions are there? Now we are going to analyze, that's it. In the upcoming videos we are going to solve these questions. Passage 5 again, this is based on agriculture, WTO, and all. This is paragraph. One question is asked. And you in some paragraph you have to like let me show you. Here one paragraph is there and one question will be asked based on that paragraph, and you have to answer it logical and rationally. So what that paragraph says, we have to answer that. So again the same kind of question is asked. So here we have to read the paragraph and we have to make an inference and these kind of things, percentage, and please consider it for round 3, and if there are these kind of things, rationals. These are again simple questions, but it will take some time to understand and some time to come to the conclusion and answer. So it will take some time. This is the graph. This graph you can solve it. He has asked two questions. Whenever the graph is asked, at maximum time he will ask minimum 2 questions or 3 questions from a single graph. So you can solve 2 or 3 questions within 3 minutes or max 2 minutes. So graphs are the more preferable questions. And again graphs are asked, and these are the things, this you must not leave at all. So this is also a simple question, but some calculation is required. So you can consider it for round 3, and this you can consider it for round 2. If the graph is complicated, if you feel it is very much complicated, then you have to make decision within 1 minute and you have to skip. And Lakshmi, her brother, her daughter and her son are badminton players. A game of doubles is about to begin. This is a relation based question, relation based and logical question, which you can consider for round 3. So if there are decimals also, you can skip. So decimals, sometimes it makes the question complicated. It will take time to come to conclusion, so you better skip it and go for an easy question. So again, this is based on data set. One data set is given, and we have to answer these questions with inference to the above table. Which of the following is the most logical and rational inferences that can be made? Higher per capita income is generally associated with higher tele density. Just now we looked at all the questions, so we can answer these questions based on our strength and weakness. So what I suggest is, if you are reading so much of things for prelims and mains, then you must already have been good at comprehension. So as a first round, please go through the passages and you try to answer all the things. Next, go to some easy questions like relational questions, or dice related questions, or graph related questions, sort of that, in round 2. And also some easy direct logical question you can able to answer in round 2. And for round 3, go for other type of questions which you haven't solved at all, and it should be simple and which should not have complicated numbers, not a decimal, not percentage, not fraction, sort of that. Because in this paper you have to get 33% of the marks to qualify. It's only the paper, that's it. So try to answer all the questions correctly. Thank you.